Welcome back to D Spot for the latest developments surrounding Planet Barça. Welcome as well to Antony Gordon, the Englishman that is signed on from Newcastle for the reported figure of 70 million plus 10 in add-ons. The Englishman who will arrive in mere minutes. Will we be able to see the first images of Antony Gordon touching down on Catalan lands? And will the news next be that of the potential signing and the okay of Atlético de Madrid for Julian Álvarez? We're going to get into that and a whole lot more. Stick around. Welcome back to D Spot for Barça Developers. Let's go. Let me get the formalities out of the way. If you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you did what you just saw there. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification as well so you don't miss out on these urgent live streams, crucial ones, as in mere minutes, mere moments. Julian Álvarez. And by that, I mean Antony Gordon will touch down at El Prat, at Barcelona, to undergo his medical test, his medical examinations. I say Julian Álvarez because on my screen here, I might as well share. We have, of course, as well, the news that Julian Álvarez has accepted the terms for joining Football Club Barcelona, and Barça are either preparing or are sending their initial offer to the club as well. The reported figure of, I believe it was 90 millions with no add-ons for the moment. We'll get into that, but let's talk about Antony Gordon first. A whole lot to discuss, of course, as news is moving fast, very fast, and unexpectedly, given that it was just a few days ago, at the beginning of the week, we were reporting and following the news of Deco flying to London, arriving on England lands to start negotiations for Joao Pedro, of course. The week started off with him being the, let's say, the man of the hour, the hot news that kicked off the Barça transfer news week, that took an unexpected twist as our sporting director, Deco, traveled up north to Newcastle to not only negotiate, but come to the agreement and official, make the signing official of Antony Gordon in record time for a figure that initially is quite shocking. Initially, when I first saw the news, my instinctive reaction was Antony Gordon for 70 plus 10. Hefty. It felt hefty for somebody that in the end, quite frankly, I mainly know from obviously the Champions League, the clashes, direct matches against Barça. And then on paper as well, statistically, from at first glance, from a goal assist ratio and a games played ratio, no se destaca, doesn't necessarily pop out, jump out to be a goal scoring machine or the Magic Johnson like assist giver. However, you then come to realize that other players previously have come over from the Premier League that not necessarily stood out for those reasons neither, but it was their work rate, it was their pressing, it was their relentless running, sacrifice for the team, that did in fact stand out and that have made this Barça what it is, as successful, as hungry as it is. It's been the heart, it's been the core of Hansi Flick's Barça team. And I am, of course, referring to Rafinha, who at Leeds had, in fact, similar numbers. We'll look at them in a minute. But that in a system that also allowed him to be more offensively clinical, again, either on the receiving end, finishing goals or providing the assists. And you would think, based on what we have seen, what we have read as well from those that are much more knowledgeable in the English game in particular, and in Antony Gordon's case, you have to think that there's at least a very good chance that this kid will be very complimentary. And I'm being humble here, cautious, but I think we will see a far better version than what we have seen at Newcastle and at Everton, for that matter. By the way, Craig, shout out to my homeboy Craig. I'm still waiting on the Everton report, my man. Always slow to react, Craig. Let's see if he's even gotten out of bed yet. Let's see if we could get him on the line in a minute. And I've seen some very encouraging stats, but also just eye test footage of him sprinting his ass off. And wow. Again, seeing how Barça were last year in the highly competitive matches, the tournament knockout game type matches in particular, and seeing how there was a Barça, with and without Rafinha, and really, because I know everybody's talking about Marcus Rashford, what he offered, delivered offensively, and yes, those are numbers not to scoff at, certainly not to be ignored, have to be taken into consideration, prized potentially even as well. Some are saying that, look, the arrival of Antony Gordon doesn't necessarily mean the sacrifice of Marcus Rashford. We'll have to see how Barça managed to do so from the financial standpoint, seeing as there is obviously a significant and important price tag that comes along with Marcus Rashford. If we manage to sign him, it might be another loan. Who knows? That is something that obviously Manchester United has to figure out for themselves as well. And especially given that the big report now, news is moving fast, is that Atletico already have or about to have Barca's first offer on the table. That doesn't mean nothing, obviously. That doesn't mean nothing. There's absolutely no chance that we will wake up tomorrow with Julian Álvarez with a Barça shirt on, with the "here we go" from Fabrizio Romano. There's no way. Atletico is going to play the long ball. I don't think it's in their interest whatsoever to, unless Barça offer 150 million, obviously, but if the offer is indeed 90 million, I'm sure that Atletico will try to squeeze out more. So whether it will end up being 90, 100 plus a player, I don't think Barca will get to the 150 mark cash, which is, again, reportedly what Atletico wants. So my point being, the negotiations for Julian will go all the way. We'll go the long haul. So I'm not even really entertaining that for the moment, but purely based on Antony Gordon here, it was done in record time. I think the money is initially eyebrow raising, to say the least. Yet when you then come to realize also the, I guess, I don't want to say overestimated, overvalued, but certainly, yeah, that if you're buying from a Premier League club at the moment, you're going to pay the hefty price tag. You're probably going to overpay. There's no doubt in my mind that a few years ago, we wouldn't even get close to the 70 million mark. But such are the times. You're going to pay the surplus. And I think we'll look back and say it was a bargain. The same way that we look back now and look at Rafinha, Balón de Oro contested, Balón de Oro type player. We don't even question his price tag anymore, even though at the time it certainly was. And again, to put this into perspective, 70 million for an Antony Gordon, while a Mastantuono cost 75. Case closed. Debate closed. Next topic. No, seriously, there's no debate to be held in that regard here. So let's have a look here. Jamie Carragher on the topic of Antony Gordon over Marcus Rashford. Obviously, again, here also assuming that the arrival of one Englishman means the departure of the other. People look at Rashford's goals and assists and say Barcelona should have kept him, but football isn't played on spreadsheets. When you actually watch the games, especially the big games, you understand why Barça have gone for Antony Gordon instead. Rashford has talent. Nobody's denying that. But talent alone... Sorry, just making sure I'm not on mute here. Last time I was on mute. Drop your comments in the comment sections as well. I appreciate that, because last time it was the community that was like, hey, D, you're on mute the entire time I was sharing my screen. But and drop the likes as well. We continue with Carragher on Gordon's arrival and that his choice over Rashford. In the biggest games, he's too unreliable, referring to Rashford. We saw him miss massive chances in crucial games, and for me, he played a huge part in Barcelona's crashing out of the Champions League. At the top level, those moments define seasons. What Barcelona need right now are players who work for their badge every single minute, and Antony Gordon gives you that. He presses, he tracks back, he fights for every ball, and he plays with intensity, whether it's the first minute or the 90th. Managers love players like that because they make entire teams better. The difference between Gordon and Rashford is mentality and consistency. Gordon is a proper team player. He doesn't sulk. He doesn't disappear when things get difficult. He's willing to do the dirty work for the side. Rashford, on the other hand, can look lazy when things aren't going his way. And at Barcelona, that attitude gets exposed very quickly. For me, Gordon is the better signing for Barça. He suits the modern game more. He's more aggressive, more hardworking, and tactical. He'll give the manager far more balance than Rashford ever did. I gotta take these off. Ugh. I like, I don't always agree with Carragher. On this case, I very much agree. And he phrases it perfectly. I couldn't have said it in any other way, any bedtime. Sacrifice, hard work, pressing. I go back to what we were saying, the point where I digressed from. A Barça with and without Rafinha. What took a hit wasn't the offense. Rashford and company were able to make up for the goals that went missing and the assist when Rafinha was injured. What took the biggest hit were goals conceded. The defensive work rate of Rashford just simply wasn't there, and Flick pointed it out several times. I don't want to say time and time again in the press conferences. I'm sure in training he must have. But it's just some players you can try to bang it in their heads as much as you want. Look at Lucho and El Dictador Mbappé, coño, is the best example. Showing him tape, comparing the defensive sacrifice and work rate to that of Michael Jordan. That if you want to be the GOAT, if you want to be considered one of the greatest, you can't just rely on your offensive abilities and your skills and your finishing. You have to put in the work and sacrifice defensively as well. Do the dirty work. You got to do it. You got to do the dirty. That's what you got to do in life. Do the dirty. That's just the way it is. You're not willing to do the dirty, somebody else will. And thank you for your services, Marcus Rashford, aka Marcus Rashford. I'm gonna miss saying your name, Marcus Rashford. if it really is true that it's one or the other, that, and you obviously looking at the squad right now, somebody has to go. Several players have to go. Bernardo Silva. He's reportedly. Okay, we'll look at that in a minute as well. Chiringuito reporting that he's being tempted by Barça to come as well. Barça, Bernardo Silva. I doubt that. It looked like all was, the reports were everything was done, agreed upon with Atlético de Madrid. But, and again, look at the midfield. I digress. I'm sorry. I just don't see. Yes, Casado might be going, and he could go to Atletico for that matter. Anyway, I just don't see him as a priority. Also, reports are saying that Hansi Flick has not prioritized any defender whatsoever. That's a little concerning. At least beefing that up. Respects to Gerard Maldini. Nothing but respects for Eddie Garcia, Gerard Maldini, Pau Cubarsí. There's talks of Koundé going. We'll have to wait and see, but I just don't see Bernardo Silva as a top priority or even candidate for that matter. I mean, again, with all respect. Enfin. We'll talk about that more when things get hot, but here the report of El Chiringuito. Excuse me, Jose Alvarez here reporting.
Calentar y se está calentando de cara a los próximos días es el de Bernardo Silva por el Fútbol Club Barcelona.
Excuse me, it's
jugador
pronounced
sigue priorizando
Bernardo.
Absolutamente venir al Barça y desde
I hate it when they can't pronounce names right. Bernardo.
el Barça cada vez ven más factible su venida. A mí me dicen que se han intensificado los contactos en los últimos días. Me hablan incluso de que se puede dar antes del Mundial y que Bernardo se va a calentar bastante el tema. Hemos contado aquí desde hace tiempo que él quería venir a jugar, que el Barça lo consideraba, pero iba a analizar un poco la situación. Y a mí lo que me cuentan es que en los últimos días hay acercamiento y que de cara a los que viene se va a calentar, no que esté cerrado obviamente, pero que se va a calentar y que hay bastantes opciones de que Bernardo acabe siendo blaugrana. El fichaje que se va a calentar y se está calentando.
Just a little Bernardo news. I don't see it happening. Let me know, what do you think? What are y'all thinking in the comment section? By the way, the ban, the curse has been lifted. I need that support. Hit me up with your likes. For those of you watching on the X, head on over to youtube.com/dspot and give us a follow, give us a sub, give us a like as well. Feed the algorithm so that YouTube takes me as an authority. It respects my authority. Okay? It needs to respect the authority of this channel. We're growing. The numbers were juicy, looking good. The growth is healthy. Don't stunt me in this growth, in my development. I'm on fire right now. And luckily, we managed to appeal the dispute and win one of the disputes. But I've got licenses for everything. Also, trust me. Music here is all original. Shout outs to Phonosaur. Shout out to Intro Beats. Shout out to A-Gal's music. Shout out to Dyslexic as well. Some of my own productions are on here. Yes, yours. So hit me up with some of them comments. Hit me up with your likes as well. We've got some Everton news. A report of an longtime Everton supporter. He goes, a highly reputable football scout living in Edinburgh, in Scotland, but lifelong Everton supporter scout, very knowledgeable about the game, the English game, and the English players, the English way. And he's a pain in the ass. Dick riding Madridista as well. I'm not ashamed to admit. It's true. He says about Antony Gordon. once Everton player. He says, hold on, let me. He says the following. He's not bad, fast. I need my glasses. This old man needs some glasses. He's not bad. He's not bad, fast and direct, but absolutely not worth 80 million. Well, Craig, you'll be happy to know we're paying 70, mate, not 80. Rashford will be cheaper. He score more goals. A la Madrid. Antony Gordon. Thanks a lot, mate. Oh, there you go. Send me some picture. I cannot share those. So, there you have it. He says, not bad, not worth the money. Rashford scores more goals. And I don't doubt that. I do not doubt that. I don't doubt that Rashford would be or is somebody who would provide more offensively, more assists, more goals. However, we're in the market for Julian Álvarez, for crying out loud. We're clearly looking to add some offensive firepower, meaning that in the absence of a Levy, where the team is working on getting a striker in. ¿Cómo se llama? El Gordon, is not a striker, can play at the number 9, is not naturally. If we get Julian Álvarez in the mix, you don't need a Rashford to give you more goals because you're counting that between Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Julian Álvarez, hypothetically, if he signs on, or another striker, Osimhen, yo que sé. I don't think we'll get Julian, but let's see. Anyway, another striker. Ferran Torres that you still have. Don't forget about Fermin right behind you. Who else? Dani Olmo, etc. Right? Marc Bernal. Bernardo Silva and Marc Bernal. Got goals galore coming from all ends. I think it's the right choice. It's harsh because Rashford integrated really well, not just only with his teammates, the squad, the club, but the culture, the city. He was and will remain beloved. Again, I thank him for his services and think he did great and probably would have stayed under different circumstances had we not been so economic or financially strapped. But the fact is as well that he was never willing to put in the work rate that Flick wanted from him, and Flick was adamant about that in the press conferences. Like I said, some players just simply don't have it in them. Mbappe, Lucho tried it with Mbappe, comparing him to Michael Jordan. Mbappe still not pressing, still not doing. Messi stopped doing it as well, and that is contagious. Mbappe, Vinny, Neymar did a little more, but Suarez didn't really. He stopped doing it. There comes a moment in time in a career's player where they stop doing it. Some more entitled, quote unquote, superstars, they stop doing it very, quicker than others, like in Mbappe. By the way, you see that? Just if you want, you can get paid for your unused internet by downloading a node of the good folks of grass.io. Yes, sounds crazy, but you actually can get paid by just doing nothing for the unused internet. You can get rewarded handsomely. You can track it daily as well. In fact, I need to refresh. You get daily rewards. I'm going to put the referral code in the chat section, and you can click on it, and you can support the channel by doing so as well. You can find out more by clicking the link that I'm going to paste there in a minute. That reminds me as well, for all you watching, if you want to support this channel, which is greatly appreciated, your small dollar donations for more exclusive content as well, head on over to patreon.com/dspot. We are a community of some 700 something deep. We continue to grow. It's fun. We have more group chats. I'm more interactive there. And like I said, more exclusive content that is not available on YouTube is available there. So do your boy a solid and head on over to patreon.com/dspot. We are live streaming, folks. dspot for Barça developments. On that note, why don't we check in and tune in, see what the state is of our new winger, our new forwards, our new number 9 at times. I would imagine Hansi will play him at. Antony Gordon is in the building. He is arriving. He is thriving. He'll be striving. Don't make me start freestyling. Don't do it. It's Juernes, by the way. We will be freestyling. All music is licensed, baby. Big shout out to Faunasaur, our city. Go check Faunasaur out on Spotify. The EP called Travel Soul. Has he arrived already? Not yet. You gotta love it. Giganchi with live updates. Giganchi with live updates of Gordon in midair, suspended in air. Gordon like Jordan. Air Gordon in the house. Touching down in mere minutes. Will we see some images as he gets out of his private jet at El Prat? El Prat de Llobregat. Again, a big shout out to Faunasaur. Thank you, Anfon, my dude. All music is licensed. Yes, indeed. I got the license now. No stopping dspot. Rocking the spot on this Juernes. There he is, Air Gordon. Suspended in air, on his way, live footage. Gordon Mania, we'll see soon here at Football Club Barcelona, as yet another Englishman joins Barça. Now, also on that side of things, the English, historically, traditionally, have not really had great spells at our beloved Blaugrana club. It has to be said. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. It has to be said, with all respects to the previous predecessors. I would say the most successful one would have been Gary Lineker. And even according to himself, to Gary himself, my friend Gary. I've interviewed Gary. I've spoken to him. We are now buds. Once you do an interview with someone, you're automatically buds. It's like you're just friends for life. You can WhatsApp and chat and pillow talk. So what Gary once told me was that he himself kind of admitted that it wasn't the most brilliant of phases of his. Look, playing for the club was an honor, and it was, I think, mainly marked by probably cultural issues or difficulty as well in terms of the club where we were. This is still obviously pre Cruyff. It was right as he came, and in fact, Cruyff told him, "Thank you for your services, but goodbye." And yeah, it was a little bit underwhelming, let's say, is the word. But from a pure on the pitch winning trophy perspective, when it came to his club, like playing for the club and his time here in Barcelona, I mean, he very much enjoyed it. He said it was exact words were, it was a wonderful time. Like, why don't I pull it up, huh? Why don't I, what's the word again? Why don't I name drop? I mean, name drop a little bit. I'm not really name dropping though, am I? A ver, ¿dónde está? ¿Qué pasa, Hachi? Oh, my dog wants to go out to the terrace. It's super hot, Juno. Let's not go there. It's really hot. June Buggy. Juno, you don't want to go out. It's really hot outside. It's better inside. Don't go outside. We'll go out in a minute. Even wachten, oké? Kom eens hier. Kom eens hier. Kom. Kom zo, papa. Kom maar. Kom hier. Kom hier. Ah, there he is. Interviewing legends.
One of the best English strikers in the history of the game. It is an honor and a pleasure to have Gary Lineker with us today. Hello, Gary. Welcome to the show, and of course, congratulations as well on winning that prestigious award. How are you doing today?
How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
This is so natural.
Thank you for such a generous introduction. And obviously, I'm hugely honoured to win such a prestigious award.
The mark you left on Barça fans certainly remains intact. How do you remember your time here, both at the club and the city as well?
It was just a wonderful 3-year period of my life, and something that I'll never forget.
Today's special guest is the winner of 2 NBA championships,
You see?
1 Rookie of the Year, 3
he told
ACB
me,
leagues,
my
3
friend Gary
FIBA
told
Eurobasket
me it
champions.
was a 3-year wonderful period. Anyway, all this to say that it was tough. It's been tough for the old Englishmen. ¿Qué quieres, mi amor? Can you come here? Kom eens hier, schat. Kom eens hier. Babe.
Barça to advance to the next stage.
Special matches like this, all times are perfect. Very difficult for both sides, and the small details are probably going to be the deciding factor in this draw.
Sí, sin duda, sin duda. Para mí sigue siendo el día más importante, porque a partir de ese día pues han llegado cosas maravillosas.
Las últimas 2 preguntas, Emerson, porque me enteré de un dato que de verdad me dejó bastante sorprendido, y es que ahí en el Betis compartiste vestuario obviamente con Joaquín, que es más viejo que tu padre.
Sí, sí, eso es verdad. Yo hablaba con Joaquín, hacía mucha broma con él, porque él es más viejo que mi padre.
Mark, after a 13-year career in the NBA, what is it like now being a president and a player for Basket Girona?
Well, as you said, I'm first the president. We founded in 2014, and then the player.
Hello, guys. Very well. Thank you very much. And thanks for having me. And welcome. Fantastic introduction.
So,
what do you think? Are we in the process right now of that prediction?
I'm name dropping a little
I
bit.
think we need to
name dropping a little
of course,
bit.
It's not easy to make this kind of transition. The club have.
I need to
had a few
update my
transitions in the history.
CV, but some of the peeps I got the chat to German time at Barça. This was of Coolers magazine. Vaquero.
No fueron fáciles, parece muy simple.
Legendario, legend Vaquero. What an absolute class act he was. Don Andres Iniesta. Just a little Andres. Just a little Fabio here. Little MotoGP champ. And why am I saying all of this? I was talking about the Englishmen. So, to get back to the topic of the English at the Barça, historically, statistically, not always the best of results Steve Archibald is another one that comes to mind. Managers, of course, Bobby Robson, also a legendary coach, but difficult task as well for Bobby to take over from Johan Cruyff. And quite frankly, all this to say, in summary, in summing up, that Marcus Rashford outdid himself. Thank you, Marcus. However, I think Antony Gordon, I see my paisan and I think Gordon. No, Ronald Koeman, legend. Hey, Koeman, what are we doing? Not taking on K. Smith to the Dutch national side for the World Cup. Honestly, to God, man. Honestly. K. Smith got left out. The top prospect, the hottest, I would say, Dutch prospect at the moment, let's say arguably, is not being taken to the World Cup with my boys in Oranje. And that is a shocker. That's absolutely, I don't even know what to say about that. Other than I'm just shocked. I'm absolutely stunned. His excuse didn't, the thing is as well, I am very badly versed these days when it comes to the Dutch players, the Dutch national side. I'm spoiled because I'm an 80s kid. So the Dutch sides that I grew up with had I've forgotten how to talk. Let me take a little swig of the water. The Oranje sides I grew up with had international household names. There you go. The likes of Ruud Gullit, Marco van Basten, Rijkaard, Ronald Koeman, Dennis Bergkamp, Patrick Kluivert, Clarence Seedorf, Edgar Davids, Ruud van Nistelrooy, and, insane amount of just fantastic, offensively mainly, fantastic players. Mouthwatering, Overmars, etc. It's just like, and I'm not even starting with the Robins and that entire, generation after that. Sneijder. What it is now, this Dutch side, what it is become, highly unfortunately so, mind you. I do not say this with any sort of pleasure. Holland is more known now. We're more known for our defenders than our midfielders or attackers. It's that simple. By far. En eso me duele. Dat doet me pijn, jongen. Dat doet me echt heel pijn. Enfin, K. Smith, one of the most interesting midfield offensive-minded prospects I would love, from what I have seen at AZ Alkmaar. Me piace. I like very much. Okay. So, in the meantime, the good folks here of Giganchi are still in hot debate about, I can see now, Julian Álvarez, while Antony Gordon is high in the sky. Air Gordon in the house. So, I'm going to get to your questions, and then slowly but surely, if there's no update on the good man in a private jet at the moment, we will call it a day. So get your questions in. Join the fun over on patreon.com/dspot. And let's join the conversation. Join the community. Let's kick it off with my man over here, Mosta Masta. Why is your comment should be popping on the screen? Out up. Shout out to Intro Beats. Beats. That's a long ass. This is thick ass message. That's a long ass message. It's thick. I can't read it. I swear to God, I'm getting old. Thank you for your patience. Much better. People need to understand that Barça have gained over 200 million in fair play room, in financial fair play room, because of Lewandowski's departure. He earned 25 million. I think it was even more than that. I think it was more than 25, as a matter of fact. Masta. Anyway, he earned 25 million a year for 4 years, and he was up there. Plus, and he was there. Wait, hold on. He earned 25 million a year for 4 years. He was there plus about 10 million in transfer fees. That's 35 million in financial fair play. Plus Ansu will be signed by Monaco. That's about 12, 15. I think it's more like 11 millis. But anyway, in FFP, that's gone. If you take about 45 to 50 mil in FFP room over 5 years, that's about 200 mil in playing room for Barça. That Barça have gained. I'm guessing a few more will be sold, released to make room for Julian. Yeah. And add to that potentially there's a domino effect that is going to happen now, which would see an update of Real Betis Balompié go for a similar reported amount, not 70 but 60, something like that, of which Barça would be able to claim a percentage. I don't know the exact percentage, but let's say he sold between 50, 60. I think Barça could rascar allí unos milloncicos between 7, 11, 7 to 12. Again, depending his price tag and depending as well the exact percentage, obviously, that Barça still have in his rights and him being resold. And then as well, who else was there? There was another player. Let me see if I can pull it up. Pull up. Where did it go? Oh, dude, I have to. This is really funny as well. I really needed to show you guys this. The internet is a fantastic place sometimes, and when it is, it needs to be koestered. It needs to be cherished and shared above all. Yeah, let me just share my screen so you guys can see the tweets that I was referring to before and going over as well. Antony Gordon, we're digressing here a little bit, but it's okay. It's still good. 86th percentile for successful dribbles, 86th percentile for accurate crosses, 84th percentile for progressive carries. No winger has higher offensive dual win rate in the PL, in the Premier League, than this man. This by the good folks of Dada MB on Antony Gordon, the now ex-Newcastle player, 25 years of age. Where was that stat? This is what I don't want to show you now. It's too funny. Where is it? Don't you hate it when you just can't? You want to go back to a tweet and you know you saved it. Espera, maybe it was on my Instagrams. I guess so. In the meantime, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna get to the next question as well, so that we keep it moving nice and smooth. Get your questions in the comment section. Head on over to youtube.com/dspot. Like, subscribe, share, and drop those comments in the comment section so I can get to your questions. And we can keep the debate, the conversation, we can keep it going. So, Oriel saying, I really believe we are getting Alvarez, and I think before then even the World Cup starts. Well, that's the mission, supposedly. that would be, I think, the ideal case as well if we manage to lock Julian down before the World Cup. I say that because it's a gamble, really. Does Julian Álvarez, in the case he has a wonderful, fantastic, amazing World Cup with Argentina, ends up winning it, ends up scoring it in the final, in the semi-final, that price tag will obviously go. That stock will go to the moon, baby. That stock will be rising. Now, on the flip, it goes without saying that if he has a very bad World Cup, if he has a World Cup where, God forbid, I just saying, God forbid, he has an injury, then obviously the stock will plummet. And I certainly don't want that, wish that on him. All I'm saying is that the World Cup is a gamble, and it will affect his price either positively or negatively. And of course, if you're Barça, you don't want to play that game, and you're going to try your very best to lock it in before. I think that makes perfect sense. I think that makes absolutely perfect sense. Now, like I said as well, like I was alluding to at the top of the broadcast, Atlético de Madrid, they are no rush. Don't expect any news on Julián Álvarez come tomorrow, because they're in this for the long haul. I don't think they have any rush whatsoever when it comes to reaching an agreement with Barça to then to sell him off for whatever, whether it's 90 or 100. You know, right now the ball's in their court. He's still their player on contract, and and they won 150 mil for him. So, ya está. En fin, I can't seem to find it. I'm sorry, folks. I cannot find it. And I'm sure I saved it as well. So that being the case, next question. Richard, Barça's not playing. We are fast, aggressive, and precise with transfers right now. Vamos. Diego, do you notice how we're building our front line similar to QSG? Very versatile and interchangeable. Yeah, I did notice that. And that also goes to show, you know, I mean, people are losing their minds over the fact that Gordon Alvarez, that Antony Gordon is coming when he didn't have the greatest season with Newcastle. Again, from a goal and assist scoring ratio perspective. However, you look at, like Richard is saying here, a QSG, you look at a City, you look at an Arsenal, all those teams right now, and Bayern as well, they do not have star players, superstar players. In fact, Lucho said, he was well pleased. He was well happy. He was well pleased. He was well happy to get rid of Mbappe. He was well nice about the fact that he was going to be Mbappe-less. He was chuffed, mate. He was chuffed. He was, there was no issue for him. QSG is a better team for it. Bayern is a better team for it. I don't think that Mbappe right now, and look, this is going to sound crazy, obviously, but I do think there is this trend where it's not necessarily a superstar. No, I say that the wrong way. You need to have, which the most successful Barca sides have always had, the exact right balance of superstar. Now, also, what type of superstar do you bring on? What's his mind state? What's his mentality? Can he check his ego at the door of the locker room and then become a team player, still be the superstar, and sure, get some privileges, but always have in mind the greater good over the individual. And that is what separates a superstar like Messi, a superstar also like, for most part anyway, like Cristiano, OG Ronaldo, Edinho, and other superstars like Mbappe, who are a lot more, I think, selfish, self-centered, nihilistic or whatever. If you want to go deep and philosophical about it, I think that is clear based on his behavior over the course of this season, especially at this last part, where going on holiday, leaving his team alone, etc., touching down, 5 minutes before a game starts, and what, for example, Neymar had initially as well. Ney, at the very beginning, when he touches down on Catalan grounds at the Camp Nou, is like Messi, even Suarez. He was third fiddle, saying a lot, but he had no ego, not the same ego that he had once he left to QSG. Take these off. It's blurry. It's too much. Thank you to my lovely wife for giving me these on Father's Day, but they are a little strong. I don't think my vision should be worse when I take it off. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now I need to put it on again, otherwise I can't read the comment. Mostaza, no, Mostamasta. I have a feeling that Gordon signing is a loan deal, yes. Wait. I have a feeling that the Gordon signing is a, entre comillas, loan deal. Yes, I know we pay a sum for him, but my guess is that he is staying in Barcelona for 1 or 2 years. After that, the agent is probably a club in England ready to sign for him for the same price, if not more, than we bought him for. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, it wouldn't be the first over these. It would be a big gamble. Like Barça has done that. I expect them to do that. Unfortunately, so with Rooney Bardghji. I like the kid a lot. I think he has a lot to give. I think he's has a great season ahead. I just don't know if he's gonna get the minutes that he deserves. Luchando por la posición con Lamine Yamal, fighting for the same spot as the best football player in the world. I think, and I agree with him as well. Obviously, like he was hugely underplayed, underused by Hansi Flick this season. I think when he showed glimpses of what he could do, and with more consistency, he could be doing that more often and probably increase his output as well. Some decision making was clearly based on not enough self-confidence, match fitness, and a little bit nerves and eager to either just get rid of the ball or not. His first touch wasn't good enough, but then he had great games as well, and where you're like, look, just prize this kid with the consistency. But anyway, that's Hansi Flick, and Hansi Flick we trust, of course. But yeah, Richard's saying, I'm just tuning in and might have missed it, but what does Gordon's signing mean for Rashford? Yeah, dude, I did discuss that at length in the beginning of the broadcast. Yeah, sort of earlier on of the broadcast of this podcast, and I think that it means it's ciao pescado, it's bye bye Marcus Rashford, and I do think that it's the right choice as well. Summed up, because what Rashford, despite his good numbers offensively, with the addition of another striker, aka Julian Álvarez or whoever comes in, you could make up for the Rashford goals and assists by adding firepower. And really what you need is that defensive sacrifice that Rashford didn't have in him, that Rafinha does, but is clearly missing when the Brazilian O Capitão is not on the pitch. So I think with that, that's how you justify that. What is our defensive strategy? Relying on Christensen and staying put with who we have? If so, does that worry you defensively for us? It does worry me. Now, that's not to say I don't hugely appreciate what Gerard Maldini, Eddie Garcia, in particular, though, of course, Cubarsí, what those three have given this backline, which I think has been stellar, has been great. But if you're looking at Koundé, if you're looking at Balde, those are certainly the weak links at the moment in their respective positions. And let's not forget that it is being rumored that one of the two could be walking through the exit door during this summer transfer window. I think both could give Barça a healthy financial injection. I think there are suitors for both players. I think I rate both players. I'm happy if they stay. We know that something's up. In the case of Koundé, something is up, because that's been mentioned publicly now. There's something personal going on, and I don't know if it's his personal business, private life, or something with the club potentially as well, or the dressing room. I don't know. Directors, who knows? I certainly don't. But I hope he sorts it out, and I hope he's able to come back after what will definitely be an intense World Cup for him, because France will go will go as far as they can, which could potentially be the finals, semifinals. And we need him at his best. I just don't know if he has that in him right now consistently, so to make up for some lapses of concentration, some indiscipline, some lack of discipline, some lack of defensive discipline, lack of, again, just mistakes, man. His decision making has been iffy and off at times, more than you want to see from a top class defender. And with Balde, quite frankly, más de lo mismo. It's the same. I think Balde offensively gives you more than Koundé. And I think both players are perfectly integrated. Again, from the outside looking in. Would have to talk to... Shout out to my buddy Sarah Salapur, my little sis, who I got to meet up with yesterday to talk, to chop it up and talk to. But, I don't know what it's like in the dressing room between all players. We don't know really any beefs, public ones. We knew about Fermín and Gavi a little while ago, but that has been completely squashed, clearly. Other than that, don't really know. Sure, there's players that relate more with each other. Casado and Balde are best buds, and Lamine with con quién va mucho, con Fermín, ¿no? Y todos estos, en fin. Obviously, there's little cliques, but I don't think there's massive disputes like there are in some other locker rooms, and that's putting it lightly. Between Koundé and Balde, who would you let go? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at, what I'm trying to wrap my head around. Who would I rather let go? I think Koundé probably brings in a little bit more money. Probably. Let's look at the fine folks of Football Transfermarkt to see the price tags. I can share my screen as a matter of fact. Let me change the music a little bit. And yeah, also continue to drop your comments in the comment section, of course. Like, subscribe, share, and all of that goody stuff. Join the fastest growing Barça community on the interwebs. Feed the YouTube algorithm. Let it know, hey, we will like this show. We need more of this show. Spread the word. So here we go. Balde, Koundé, 55-65 for Koundé. Yeah, that's sort of what I had in mind. 55 for Alejandro Balde, 65 for Jules Koundé. I would rather stick with Balde. I would take the money. This would be a cash grab for me. Look at the age. You have, it's your peak. 27-year-old Jules Koundé still has plenty of football years left in him, but is closer to that 30-year mark, whereas Balde is only 22. Plus La Masia, De La Casa, Cosa Nostra, etc, etc, etc. You get the deal. If we have the money, shouldn't we test the waters with Haaland? Man, yeah, but Haaland is... his buyout clause, that's the other thing. Like with Julian Álvarez, his buyout clause is like 500 million. It's $500 million. We're not going to get him on the cheap. These negotiations is going to go so long. And I just don't think that in the end we'll get there. I think it's a distraction, a deviation. I think it's a, look over here. And then we'll announce Osimhen. Come quasi. I think Osimhen has got a very good case. So yeah, I just don't say, yeah, like, and the money. So reportedly the figure was in total, total amount of money. Was it 150? Something like 180? So if 70 is already gone, you're going to make some between this little deal, which sees Abde leaving Betis, going to Virgili. Ahora me acuerdo, Jan Virgili. Betis, or nuestro chico Abde, going from Betis to Newcastle. Yes. We get some money from there, 11-12 millis. And then Jan Virgili go from Mallorca to Betty. We get a little money from there too. Colorín colorado. Este cuento se ha acabado. So what am I saying with that? Is that we get some money here, 70 for, we're spending now 70 on Gordon. It leaves money left to potentially get an Alvarez for 90, 100 mil plus a player, I would imagine, even though the Mateo Alemán is not interested and doesn't want to facilitate anything, obviously. Atlético holds all the cards here. Player on contract, $500 million buyout clause. They're no rush. So with the money left over, I don't think Haaland is in that range. Haaland is kind of next level to Julian Álvarez, in my humble opinion. Of course. But thank you for your question. Messi is the GOAT. 007. And because, right, so Richard is saying as well, the Haaland's wages are very, very high. Can you see that on the broadcast? Why is it not there? Because I share screen. Correct. And Haaland's wages are also unaffordable for Barça. Diego, 100% agree with you regarding Alvarez. Atlético, at least 150, and don't want to send him to us. It's almost impossible. Exactly. They hold all the cards. En fin. Anything else I wanted to show before we bid farewell and deem this a very fun and interactive and successful, oh yeah, I wanted to show this, a successful broadcast. This is excellent. Watch this. And, you know, you need to have a sense of humor. What annoys me is that a lot of culés replied to this tweet clearly not having any sense of humor, and that's disappointing. I do see the humor in this, which is why I want to share it. Everybody knows the Mbappé memes, yes? You all know the Mbappé dictator memes. How like players get axed, slashed, get killed, get moided, They vanish. They disappear in thin air if and when El Dictador Mbappé puts the X on you. Well, they've done something similar with our boy, with Lamine Yamal, and in the cases of Hause and Carvajal. Check this out. This had me in tears, man. This is just funny as hell.
أنا مرض أنا الداء ومني تأتي أوجاع وليس لمدمني أبدا من الأخيار أتباع أنا مرض أنا الداء ومني تأتي أوجاع وليس لمدمني أبدا من الأخيار أتباع أنا مرض أنا الداء ومني تأتي أوجاع وليس لمدمني أبدا من الأخيار أتباع أنا مرض.
And this song it's a banger.
أنا الداء ومني تأتي أوجاع وليس لمدمني أبدا من الأخيار أتباع أنا مرض أنا الداء ومني تأتي أوجاع وليس لمدمني أبدا من الأخيار أتباع أنا مرض أنا الداء ومني تأتي أوجاع وليس لمدمني أبدا من الأخيار أتباع أنا مرض أنا الداء ومني تأتي أوجاع وليس لمدمني أبدا من الأخيار أتباع أنا مرض أنا الداء ومني تأتي أوجاع وليس لمدمني أبدا من الأخيار أتباع أنا مرض أنا الداء ومني تأتي أوجاع وليس لمدمني أبدا من الأخيار أتباع.
Oh my God, I just realized I cannot do this. Oh man, I'm gonna get a hit with the fucking copyright strike. Why did I share this? Why did I share this absolute banger of a song? I'm gonna have to edit this out. I'm gonna hit with the copyright strikes. God damn. All for the love of beatbox and comedy. Oh my God. All right, well, yeah, that's it, folks. I'm gonna get hit with the copyright strike, I guess. YouTube, please have mercy. I will edit this out immediately. In any case, listen, Julian Álvarez, no news on him yet. Mira. Let's have some of the latest news. Oh my God, please support this channel, folks. Please, I cannot go without live broadcasting again. Please support this channel. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. And let YouTube know, man, we're legit. We're an authoritative channel. Don't blacklist us, man. Don't shadow ban us, please. For the love of God, please. Can't go another 2 weeks without being able to live stream. So please go over to youtube.com/dspot. Show your support. All right, do it now. Last bit of news. Fuck. Antony Gordon. He's in the building. He has touchdown, folks. He has touchdown. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. I know you got my back, dude. Thank you. Come on. There should be, for the love of music and comedy, there should be exceptions. Just 30 seconds. I pay tribute to a banger and a good bit of comedy. So anyway, here. The last bit, I appreciate it, Richard. Thank you for your support. The latest on El Gordon. Looks like these are images. I'm not gonna put the sound on just in case. This is him, obviously, Sky Sports reporting Newcastle. Gordon taken to his private jet. He's midair. Air Gordon in the house, in the air. You saw images there of Antony Gordon boarding his private jet. Homeboy is midair somewhere around Le Mans. That is according to the good folks of Gigantes. And this was just mere minutes ago, 3 minutes. So he's still... Look how fast it's going. It's already past Le Mans. No, he's still hovering above it. There he is. And so, yeah, I guess he'll be landing. Le Mans is close by, not too far. I would say like what, at maybe 15 minutes. He'll be landing 2:30. I don't want to say it. Let's check it out. Le Mans to Barcelona. To Barcelona. Le Mans France. Le Mans France avec direction, avec la voiture. Okay. From Barcelone à Le Mans. Non, à Le Mans. À Le Mans. C'est combien de temps? Mon Dieu. He's in north. Mid-France. Close to Nantes. Close to Nantes. So he'll be going to Toulouse. No, he's coming in like that. Montpellier, the Côte d'Azur. Then he'll see the beautiful Costa Brava, and then he'll land. So still a ways to go, as a matter of fact. I don't see him landing at 2:30, which was what was reported. And that is, of course, if this is accurate. Anyways, for any news, stay tuned to the space right here. Stay glued to this screen. And yeah, well, of course, we're going to bring you updates. Updates on the Julian Álvarez chatter. If that heats up, the offer will be submitted or has been submitted, is on his way to the Atlético offices as we speak. The reported figures, I think I read somewhere between 90 to 100 millis. We expect that to be rejected. They probably not even going to get an answer. Atlético will just be, okay, in the garbage it goes. I don't expect them to take that serious. But it's the first step in estas negociaciones, these negotiations between the two nations of the stations and jubilations for the Antony Gordon nations. I said that already. To arrive here in Barcelona nations. So, we'll report back, of course, as well on the potential Bernardo Silva news. I don't make much of that. It was been well reported that Mateo Alemán was in advanced talks. Just don't see it because of the team structure. Again, anybody that wants more news on that, just rewind the tape here and watch the broadcast from the top. I discuss all of that. The Alvarez, the Bernardo Silvas, the oh my God, this is crazy. Look at this. I have to share this. This is one cracking up. That's funny. That's funny. Gigante. Hey. There he is. There he is. AI. It's a wonderful thing. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. 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 Yes. All right. Let me not get the copyright strike for that as well. Guys, we'll see you in the flip. Streaming live every day. That's the other thing. Streaming live every day throughout the World Cup. So, hit the bell notification so you get the notifications of the station, of this station for the broadcast stations every day. Okay? Live. Join the fun. Go to patreon.com/dspot as well to support the channel. Richard, everybody else, Mr. Mostaza, todos, thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. Messi is the GOAT, 007, and Oriel, Mosta. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Peace out. Have a wonderful day, of course. YouTube.com/dspot. Ekis people, go there now. Subscribe. Ciao.